How are you doing, Full Drag Trixie?
I'm good. Listen, I don't want to flatter you. I did not get in drag just for this, but
Oh, I know. But
don't be mad.
Trixie, I have a very important question, and I feel
What
like
is it?
I feel like I would like to get it out of the way, like right away, like before we go on any further.
Yeah.
I would just like to know when we get to be best friends, when we get to play Fortnite together on Twitch, when we are gonna like follow each other on social media, like when we're gonna be best friends. Trixie, you're my favorite. Okay, I said it. My favorite.
Has anybody ever told you come on kind of strong?
Yes, people actually told me not to do that.
Oh, well, listen, I think we could be friends.
And I send question to the wind.
Going on, I mean, my best friend's Katya, so I like my friends Vascular,
Okay.
Old, and
right.
Frequent Smoke Breaks.
Did you just call me old?
No, I just was like, if you have to be older.
Okay.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am, Trixie?
Just like a real quick 40. I'm just kidding.
Well, you're just correct.
By the way, everybody in the chat, hi.
Hi, Trixie. Okay, look. Yes, speaking of chat, you guys start leaving your questions for Trixie. I've already collected a ton of them. Trixie, I have no idea how we're going to get to all of them, so I'm just going to start firing them away at you right now.
Look at the background. We have some Barbies, and then look, we have Ted Bundy and Charles Manson.
Well, we love it. In homage to your American Horror Story days.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, by the way, question from me: when are you ever gonna recap American Horror Story again? No.
Oh, I really miss doing those.
My favorite, Trixie. It's my favorite. Okay, let me take a question from Juju, who wants to know, what are some of the different experiences that you had competing for the second time in RuPaul's Drag Race versus the first time? So I'll just whittle that down to, was there anything that you felt was really different about your second go-round of Drag Race than your first?
Well, it's like the first time, I had like no resources, but also no one knew who I was, so no one expected anything out of me. The second time, I had a lot of resources, but I was a big famous drag queen, so people had a lot of expectations. So for me, I don't like when anybody expects anything. Let me surprise you. You know what I mean?
Right. I
don't do well under pressure. I'm not competitive. You know, like I'm probably the first winner who's not really a competitive spirit.
Oh, I don't buy that for a second.
I really like, I compete with myself. You know what I mean?
That is the only person you need to compete with, Trixie. Exactly. You got this question from a ton of people. I'm going to take it from Rosie Cat. She wants to know, who are you rooting for to win All Stars 4? And who do you think will win? So
here's why it's a bummer. I was voting Jasmine and Farrah were like my two faves.
Right.
So now what? But now of who's left, I mean, it seems that Manila is the one to beat because she wins the most. And even when she has immunity, she still turns it. You know?
Yeah. Okay, let me take this from Denise Kelly. Did any drag queens influence you growing up? And if so, which ones?
Oh, wow. Well, I really liked a lot of people that weren't necessarily drag queens. Like, obviously, Barbie's a huge one for me. Like Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors, Peg Bundy. People who, like, weren't necessarily drag queens. Oh, what's her name from Pee Wee's Playhouse? Miss Yvonne.
Yeah.
But then later on when I saw movies like, you know, RuPaul and the movie, the Brady Bunch movies, they're basically doing drag in those movies.
True.
They all are.
Right.
I mean, they're in a costume and a wig doing a special voice. I mean, that's drag, you know.
Yeah. New Jersey Girl wants to know, have you found the country/folk genres to be a difficult mix in with the drag community and culture?
No, I mean, in the drag community culture, yes. Like, I don't know. I think no drag race queens or anything listen to my music, which I'm fine with. Because when you come to my programs, they're a little more like a stand-up music show more than they're a drag show. So, But I think in the comedy world or the music world, people listen to the albums or come see this joke. They're like, hey, that would be good. My goal is always to make something that would be good, even if I wasn't dressed up.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But dressing up is so. I mean, look at me.
You look beautiful, Trixie. Beautiful.
I mean, I'm just in drag in my own room.
Do you love it? Do you love being back in your own room?
Yes, I'm in drag so often now because of like filming and stuff that I'm just in drag all the time now.
You're literally everywhere.
Like I live 2 blocks from Wells Fargo. I'm probably gonna walk down there to catch a check in drag after this. I don't care. I had to vote in drag this year.
You should and film it.
But everyone was like, "Yeah, girl, make a statement." I was like, "I'm just busy."
You're just
like
busy.
I'm not trying to be political.
Lisa Donahue wants to know, what is your favorite makeup or look that you've ever done? Are you even able to choose a favorite?
Oh yeah. In general, I love myself in blue eyeshadow. So like, on Drag Race, during the Andy Warhol ball, that like blown out 70s, I love the look of like white blonde hair, blue shadow this big, and like the most pornographic white pink lip. That's like my favorite look.
Love it. Casual Kelly wants to know, what is the best lip sync, in your opinion, on Drag Race? So what is your all-time, we've actually asked the drag queens this a lot when they come on, what has been your all-time favorite lip sync in all the seasons of Drag Race?
God, if I had to pick one, Alyssa and Tatiana, Shut Up and Drive.
Really? Shut
up.
up.
Oh God, it's amazing. That was amazing. The recent one between Naomi and Gia was incredible.
Yes, it was.
I noticed Jonah was saying like the back then, amazing. And then the other one that I'm like obsessed with, the Kennedy Katya Roar one was like, I mean, that raised the bar.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Also, anything Laganja's ever done.
Right. Let me ask you a shady question that you've gotten from a ton of people. Is there anybody that you think shouldn't have been cast on this All-Star season? And anyone you think who should have besides you?
You say shouldn't have been cast?
Yes. So first, is there any, and obviously you can plead the fifth, but is there anyone that you think shouldn't have been cast for this All-Star season?
Shade. Well, I think sometimes it's disadvantageous to come back to All-Stars before you've necessarily like resharpened your number 2 pencil. Does that make sense?
Right.
So people like Monique or Monet were like, they're incredible.
Right.
But it's sort of like you could have waited a little longer and then come back as sort of a new and improved self.
Right. Right, because they don't have the money to have the, like, it's very obvious when you're watching when a Monique or a Monet come out and they're just in kind of like normal-ish.
No, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
But they're doing exactly what they just did because they were just on Drag Race.
Right.
Katya had the same thing. She went from season 7 to All-Stars. There was no time for like artistic, change and development. Because wouldn't it be like Monique is so amazing? Wouldn't it be great to see her 2 years later? Like, wow. Right. I mean, I'm lucky I waited a little bit before All-Stars. Mostly because they didn't ask me.
I think you went back on the perfect time. I mean, obviously, a ton of people asking, were you shocked at your All-Stars win? It seemed obvious, I think, to us, the viewer watching, but were you really shocked with your All-Star win?
I mean, in the moment, well, you have to think, by the time it came on television,
right.
They didn't tell me. So I had to find out real time like everybody else.
Right.
On the East Coast feed. And there's video of me sitting watching, and right before they read my name, you can see me like survey the whole audience and take a mental picture of like, this is the last moment people will think I won if I don't win. So like, just remember this moment. And then I thought, they did film this is some inside tea. They filmed a Kennedy Trixie tie.
Oh, really?
So, yes. So I was like, Kennedy and I are so different. I was like, I could see it being a tie. I mean, I was just shocked it wasn't Shangela. You know, I thought it'd be me and her in the top, to be honest.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, what would have happened if it was a tie? They would have said you're both the winner?
Yeah, in the tie that they filmed, they gave me and Kennedy each. We walked on the runway with the scepter together, and they gave us each like $50,000.
I would have ripped that scepter away and beat her with it. And like, I would have.
No, she would like back spring, handspring, cartwheel, kick me in the face. Yeah. Pretty awesome.
A lot of people are asking. I'm going to take it from Natty Tuz wants to know when is the Yellow Cloud release date?
Oh, that is so sweet. Well, we've been working on it. The video is so ridiculous and over the top and high budge. It'll be out in the spring. I will just say this. I'm known for putting out a lot of things around DragCon, so look for that.
Okay, around DragCon. I saw somebody in chat just asked as well, where is your favorite place to perform? We know you've performed all around the world. Where is your favorite place to perform?
Well, I love to perform San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago, and anywhere in Texas, bitch.
Really?
People
Texas is welcoming now?
They love like big makeup, big hair. They just love drag so much.
See, I spent every
don't
summer
like
of
the
my
UK
life.
so much because the Wi-Fi is bad.
The Wi-Fi is really bad. I spent every summer of my life in Texas, and they were not so welcoming to this gay. Apparently, I needed big hair.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is really difficult.
Yeah. Dana King wants to know, when are you collaborating with Casey Musgraves?
Well, Casey Musgraves is like a real celebrity, and I'm like 2 steps up from being a golf caddy. So maybe the distant future.
Just the distant future. Okay.
Yeah. Like I'm approachable, I'm relatable. You know, I'm doing this for my bedroom, not for my palace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's why we love you. Who would you have sent home this week had you been Rue and you had to send someone home? If we really were gonna mix up the Drag Race rules, and they said, "Here's Trixie, you must send someone home this week." Who are you sending home, Trixie?
Well, obviously, probably all the eliminated girls, and then I mean, it was Valentina's time, I think.
Valentina goes.
It's hard because we're approaching the point where how do you compare somebody like Naomi who's safe a lot to somebody like Valentina who's had wins and bottoms?
Right.
How do you compare that? I think you sort of just go on what happened today. Were they the worst today, etc.
Right.
By the way, and that's respect to all of them because even to be safe on All Stars, you have to like walk on water.
Even to be on All Stars, I think I must imagine it's easier to say as someone watching it, but just the opportunity and exposure that it does for your careers, I think, is winning in a sense. Like, obviously, we all love the money.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the stakes are so high and so much is expected of you because the audience knows you're like a somewhat well-known drag queen now. So like, they're like, you have the resources, you have the connections. Why isn't your package like perfect? You know? It's obviously drag too. Like it's all what you think. Like in my season, the floral runway with like the umbrella, the judges were like, it's too much. That was my favorite outfit. So when they were like, it's too much, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm on Drag Race All Stars. You want me to take something off?
Right. And then didn't they just love that when Manila did it? Kind of the same thing for the Lady Bunny funeral? Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They'll always find something wrong with you. That's why it's like, it's All Stars. So it's like you're rich and famous. So they have to nitpick. They have to be like, one of your nails fell off. You're gross. Get out. You know?
Lynn wants to know, what was it like making over Jeffree Star?
Oh, Jeffree Star's face in real life is like, he jokes about it, but he's really alien. Like, no brows, very bone structure, and like no pores. And he's super nice.
Super friendly?
He's super friendly. And he used to work at a Mac, and so did I. And so we had like, you know, we've been fans of each other for a long time, so it's fun. He's also so rich and famous. And I don't know, to me, it inspires me to see a gay person who's like self-made.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah. Nat Cat wants to know, will you ever collab or make more makeup? Speaking of Mac, like, do you have any plans of wanting to do collabs for people with makeup or do more? Because I mean, I know that you have some.
Well, there's been nothing announced, but definitely check me out at DragCon.
Oh.
Yes, I can't say anything yet, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Oh, I was waiting for you to like.
By the way, I have to show everybody. I just got this. Look at this Tammy Brown sweater.
How do you not love it? Walk small children in nature.
Isn't that amazing?
That is the best. That is the best. Yeah. Layla wants to know, speaking of clothes, who is your favorite designer?
Oh wow. Well, I like some vintage Heatherette. I like the blondes. I like Moschino. The old Heatherette, like in 2008, when I just like first started doing drag, I remember looking at old fashion runway pictures from Heatherette, and to me, they were the first people to make runway fashion like kind of take the piss out of it, make everything costumey and handmade and like sort of silly. Trevor Raines, who was the original designer from Heatherette, makes some of my dresses sometimes. So it's very, very surreal.
Okay, love it. Darsh Heston wants to know, will you be doing DragCon New York City again or only LA?
I have never missed DragCon to date, and I never will.
Perfect. Lindsay wants to know, were you already doing drag when you were working makeup counters and working as a makeup
Oh, you guys
artist?
have no idea. So I worked at Sephora, then Ulta, and then I worked at MAC for like 4 years, 4.5. And I would be like working shifts at the mall and then leaving the mall to go get in drag to do a show that night. So like I would be counting the money in the register while gluing my eyebrows down because the turnaround was so fast.
Incredible. I just would like to know when MAC will bring back the men's sugar scrub that they got rid of, probably way before you ever worked.
I know this number of products in the past few years that MAC has discontinued is like crazy. Like they've cut so many of their like standards. It's crazy.
I'm not happy about it. Becca wants to know, did you feel that it was risky looking back at it now playing RuPaul during the Snatch Game?
I don't think I could have made a worse choice or executed more poorly. It was awful.
Who would you choose if you had to do a Snatch Game again?
Maybe like Jan Crouch or I don't know, like a like nobody's ever done Lana Del Rey. I think it'd be kind of fun.
That could be fun. Aria wants to know, will you ever visit Latin America?
Oh my God, I would like, yeah, sure. Listen, email me, give me a bunch of money, and I'll be there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Tracy wants to know, what is your favorite song from Two Birds?
Oh yeah.
From Two Birds.
See My Man, which the album was originally supposed to only have 5 songs, and at the last second, I was home for Christmas and I wrote See My Man, and that's my favorite one. I think when I listen to it, it sounds the most like finished and perfect.
Jade Mattel wants to know, when is your documentary coming out?
Well, the documentary hasn't been officially announced, so I can't say. But on the DL, there's camera crew that followed me for 6 months last year. So they were literally cameras up my ass watching me push loads out in the shower. So it's very that.
I think Netflix needs to get on it.
Yeah, we were thinking of like if Gaga's was called 5'2" and the Trixie one be 6'2". I don't know.
Look, to call it whatever you want. Zoe wants to know, what would you say is your favorite thing about Katya?
Katya's sense of humor is pretty incredible. She is like it's like her mind like shuffles itself and she just pulls cards off the top. I love it. It's so funny.
I think a lot of us as fans really appreciate your friendship, and you can tell that you guys have a genuine friendship in what you do, and I think it's why it makes watching both of you so captivating.
I think on screen it's hard. On camera, it's hard for me to always forget that the camera's there, and on our series, I absolutely forget the camera. It's just I live in the moment so much. We just had her on the pit stop. It was so fun.
I know, we saw. Susie wants to know, how did you get into playing the auto harp?
Well, I always wanted to learn, but you have to admit, it's a very intimidating looking instrument. It's like 37, 38 strings. And I met someone who played, and they were like, if you could play guitar, you could learn. So I picked it up, and after playing guitar for like 13 years, it came very quickly. It's kind of, because if you think this is guitar, and this is harp, it's the same coordination. And I just think it's a really beautiful, weird, that like trapezoid shape. I find it very bewitching and magical.
Kelly wants to know, who is your favorite drag queen to see live? I won't say favorite, in case people are going to like ping you to these things later. Let's just say, who is the drag queen that you love watching perform live?
Coco Peru, Lady Bunny, Jackie Deep, and Dina Martina. And Tammy Brown. Tammy's top of the list. You guys, I've gone on tour with Tammy. We're not necessarily knows who she is. And you guys, by the end of a song, they're seeing somebody they might not know sing a song they don't know. And by the end of it, they are chanting her name. She is so magnetic and she just believes it. It's amazing.
She is definitely amazing. Dan says, do you enjoy the stand-up or the music parts of your show more? Do you feel that they go hand in hand, or your show wouldn't be the same without either one?
I think my shows work because it's the both. I don't really do joke music, but it's like you make people laugh. It's the same muscles used to sort of make them cry a little bit. But I love doing stand-up.
Right.
As a musician, I feel like more of a hobbyist. But as a comedian, every time I'm there, I feel like I have moments of like, I'm really good at this and I have to do this. But music, it's more like, I'm glad in my shows, I only sing a few times. I like it more as like a little trick.
Okay. Jen says, you have always been into country and folk genres. Have you ever thought about branching out into any other musical avenues? In other words, will we ever get a Trixie pop dance song?
Yes, I love, if you guys know me at all, you know that I love, hold on, right in the middle. You guys know I love like weird, recently I've been really into like Weezer. And Fountains of Wayne is one of my all-time favorite bands. I met Adam Schlesinger recently, who wrote like Stacey's Mom, and he wrote like That Thing You Do. And I met him, and I was just like, I was dying. So I love like Blink-182. I love that weird like pop punk music.
Pop punk. Okay. But you probably, it's not something that you would explore. You would explore it, is what Jen's asking. Is it something you see yourself putting?
I will say the music that's coming out is the folk thing is sort of like, my new music is sort of like I took an auto harp and plugged it into an electric guitar amplifier. So it's a little more happen. But I would never do like club music. But I love club music. Like Todrick's song Dem Beats, I think is like one of the best club songs of the last 5 years.
Really?
Yes, it's incredible. Call Me Mother is amazing.
I love it. I definitely love folk country. I still would also I just want to hear one Trixie club song. Just one. Just one.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll make it up.
I like club music, but I just don't think I would be good at it. I don't think it's easy, which is why I wouldn't sell pop music performers by just trying it on like a shoe and being like, I'm a pop music now. Because I think it's hard. I think club music is hard.
Have you not heard Cotton Eye Joe Club Remix, Trixie?
Of course I heard. Well, if you think of like Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, or like Casey Musgraves now is doing sort of an electro country sound, like a disco almost. I mean, disco is sort of the marriage of country and dance music.
I agree, and I think you can. If anybody can do this, or as Trixie, it's you.
You're very sweet to have faith in me.
I'm gonna be your big cheerleader. I'm gonna make it happen for you. Let me take this from Kamoringer. Wants to know, what is your favorite episode of?
Oh, that's a really good question. We did one recently that I thought was pretty amazing. I think it's Apologies. No. Whatever one was posted this week is so good. But also Space is like forever. I think Space is when it got really weird. And I think a few months ago there was one about hair. And that was pretty funny. Like there's a part, can I swear on here? Yeah.
You fucking can.
There's a part where it's us together and it says faggy bald fucks. And I just like it was so funny. Yeah.
What is your favorite intro like that you like? Is there anyone that sticks in your head that you think is?
Oh, I'm a market woman of the Serengeti. I'm a chemical burn from the spiral perm. And then Katya once said, Dr. Bitchcraft, which was pretty good. Oh, so Katya you're going to die up there. I'm Katya.
Yeah, right.
Look how dark this lip liner is. Does it look like a mustache?
No.
Okay.
No, there's a gentle glow.
It's new. I'm trying it out.
Or if you don't like it, I'll always say, we'll fix it in post.
Just blur it out the whole time. Yeah.
We'll just like blur it out. I always love when you guys did that. It was very much like Kathy Griffin, My Life on the D List. I always thought that was the first place where I saw where they would like make fun of the title of someone. So when you guys like brought that into your show, or not when you brought it in, but you know what I'm saying. It's the same thing. Like it was nostalgia for me. I love it.
I forget what it's called, but someone linked it to me. It's an Australian show with a woman. And every episode, she's like, hi, I'm blank, 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 and then her name. And she changes it every time. And I don't know if she started that after us. And I don't even know how we started it. You know what? I started it. If you go back and watch the American Horror Story recaps, I was doing it then.
I do think that is where it came from.
So she stole from me.
I honestly do. She stole from you. I always like to say, what happens if Trixie never made it out of the basement?
Oh.
Welcome to my show.
I love that you think I was rich enough to grow up with a basement.
Oh, Trixie. Oh God, we're almost out of time. Let me take like 2 more questions. What is the most exciting thing about owning your own house now? Haley wants to know.
Oh my God, I haven't really told anybody yet, except I made a post about it on social media, which I guess counts. All right, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Well, this is my old house. Right now, we're in my apartment in West Hollywood. But my old house, this is my old house. My new house is in Hollywood, and it's a penthouse it's a condo. And nobody told me the paperwork fucking sucks. Like it's stacks of paper, and someone comes to your house and watches you sign it.
Wait, you got them to come to your house?
Yeah, the notary to come to your house.
I had to go to a law firm with many lawyers around the table.
Prestige, television, preferential agreement. No. But I'm excited because I'm working, the gentleman who designed this place, I'm working with them on the new place, and everything is going to be pink. The toaster, the fridge. I mean, we're putting in pink toilets and sinks.
Love it. I want to see it. It needs to be.
Yeah, my goal is to have a housewarming where I invite everybody and everybody has to wear pink and they have to bring something pink.
It is genius.
Because I want to be able to film at home and have it look like I'm in Trixie's house, you know.
It is perfect. Let me end with this. What is something that you learned about yourself coming out of like RuPaul's Drag Race or this whole drag experience that you might not have known about yourself before you entered this, you know, RuPaul's Drag Race world? Is there anything that you just learned about yourself?
On the superficial level, that I like alone time. a lot of it. You know, I'd like to spend several days a week alone. On the deeper level, it's kind of cheesy, but the inner saboteur thing, Drag Race is just like real life. It's just like anything where like the nail in the coffin is you second guessing yourself. That's just never it. That's never the answer. People like, you know, Ben or Bianca, people who like just win every challenge, it's because they don't think twice. They just fucking do it. You know, the day you second guess anything, you are packing bags. That's real life.
Right. Well, Trixie, what is also real life is that you have millions of fans that love you, tons of fans right here in tvParty that came out tonight to see you.
People guys. Are you guys on same time next week?
We're on at 7 p.m. Eastern every Monday with a new drag queen, Trixie.
Oh my God.
Well, the drag queens come on at the half hour.
Is it a secret?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Don't jinx it. If you say it, I bet you she'll cancel. Drag queens are flaky.
Yeah. I'll DM you. No.
Oh my God,
let me
you
say this.
do look like Paul Rudd.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Don't you get that a lot?
No, because people tell me I have man boobs now, Trixie, and that's all I can see is the man boobs. Look. Here's what I want to say, Trixie. People are going to watch this back later, so I want to give you the floor to say what you want to say to your fans and anything you want to promote to all the people that are going to be watching this back later. The floor is yours.
Oh my God. Well, if you guys are alive in February or March, I'll be gone for 2 whole months touring Australia, New Zealand, and all over Europe. So if you want to come see my show, Skinny Legends, it's going to be great. And I'll be literally gone from home for months just for you guys. So come see me. Also watch
I cannot
every
wait
week on the Wild Presents Network, and watch the Pit Stop every week on VH1.
Perfect, Trixie. We
Wait a minute,
love
is the Pit
having
Stop
you
on
here.
Logo?
No, it's on. Oh wait, it's on LogoTV.com.
Yeah, LogoTV.com. Watch me on that.
We're gonna fix it in post.
Fired.
We're gonna fix it in post. Thank you. Thank you so much, Trixie. Make sure you guys follow Trixie on all of her social media. Trixie, we hope that you'll come back and talk with us again.
Yes, next week, if she's not in drag, I want you guys to all show up and be like, last week Trixie was in drag and you're not.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna go work on our best friend bracelet, and then my hint for you is to say bye.
Ah, word. Okay, bye guys.
Bye, Trixie.